What's going on, my fellow high stim pre-workout enthusiasts? Hope you guys had an incredible week, a productive week, and I do hope you guys are getting ready for High Stim Saturday. Now, today I'm going to be reviewing a supplement that got sent out to me by my good friends over at Kilo Labs, and this is one that I've actually ran on my own. I think I had like 3 tubs of this one that I spent my own money on, and that just is a testament to the fact that I like this supplement quite a bit. And they sent out this new version to me because they said it's a new manufacturer. It's technically the same label as the old version, but better sourced and, different manufacturer. The flavor is supposedly better. And they also said it actually hits harder. What I am talking about, of course, and what I will be reviewing today is the all-new Zombie Sleep Aid from my good friends over at Kilo Labs. And the tub looks just like the old tub. It's got the zombie on it, holographic tub. Looks really, really nice. It really pops, and it's almost kind of like a collector's item. I didn't even want to throw out the old tub because it looked so good, but I knew I was going to have another one coming my way, so I figured, I could toss it out. This one's beautiful, nice work of art right here, and I really dig it. The zombie's given the horns over here. It looks really freaking cool. So it comes in 2 different flavors. It comes in a berry mix and a rainbow sherbet. I got the rainbow sherbet because that's the flavor I had last time from the older batch, and I wanted to compare these 2 different batches and see the flavors, if there is actually a difference or not. So we're going to roll that intro, guys. When we come back, we're going to talk about flavors, labels, and most importantly, the effectiveness of this sleep aid here. Let's get to it. Alright guys, so Zombie by Kilo Labs is a daily-ish use kind of sleep aid that you can run a couple of days a week. I would never advocate for running a sleep aid every single day because first of all, it can get pretty expensive, right? Most of these come with 20 to 25, maybe 30 servings, and they cost about 40 bucks, 45 bucks, so it's a little bit expensive. It's not something you want to be running every single day, but for like 2-3 days a week, this is something you could definitely do. There's no research types of ingredients in here, no phenibut, nothing like that. This does have GABA, which is the main component that a lot of sleep aids use today, but at a much lower dose than most other competitors. And we're going to talk about that in the effect section. But first off, we're going to discuss the flavor. Like I said, this is the rainbow sherbet flavor, and it's actually a solid improvement over the last flavor. Now, the older version didn't taste nasty. It tasted okay. It was like a 6.5, 7 out of 10. It wasn't like delicious, but it wasn't nasty either. I was okay with it, but it had like a little bit of a synthetic back end to it. This one has no chemical aftertaste whatsoever, goes down smooth, a little bit on the sweet side, but who the hell cares? Now, usually if something's too sweet, I will mix it in with extra water. But that's not something you want to do right before sleep because then you're going to wake up in the middle of the night and go pee. And that already happens to me far more than it should. So, I just add a little bit of water to it, maybe like 5-6 ounces. I shoot it down and I move on to my bedroom. So we're going to talk about this label, guys. Not going to take us a very long time. It's not a crazy stacked science book label, but in this case, I think it works in its favor. So looking at the supplement facts here, serving size is 1 scoop, which comes in at 22.4 grams, and you're getting 20 servings per container. So a little bit less than some of the other sleep aids. Like I mentioned earlier, 25 to 30 servings is usually the amount I see in a lot of other sleep aids. This one comes in with 20, so a little bit less, but you get what you pay for, guys. This here is one of my favorite sleep aids. Spoiler alert, you guys probably watched the last review I did on this one, but I like this one even more. Now, before we get into that, we do have to discuss the label, which is broken down into 3 categories here. By the way, the scooper is right on the money. It comes in at about 22.5 grams, so they got the job done with the scooper. Okay. We start off with the recovery matrix because this isn't just a sleep aid to help you fall asleep. If that was the case, you could just pop 5 milligrams of a melatonin and it's going to save you a lot of money, right? This is also a recovery aid. So if you're training a lot during the week, which a lot of us are doing regularly, then we need something to help us, first of all, fall asleep because a lot of the muscle grows while we sleep. And most importantly, while we recover. So we want to have the energy to go back to the gym the next day. So we're not just going once, twice a week, right? We want to try to hit the gym 4 or 5 days a week. At least most of us gym bros do. So the recovery matrix is a big aspect of this product here. So we start off with BCAA 211 vegan insaminos at 7,000 milligrams. So you're getting your BCAAs in here. Can never go wrong with that. It's a very solid option. Collagen peptides, 5,000 milligrams. So that is great for bone strength, bone density, skin, hair, nails, all that stuff. I take collagen every day with my morning cup of coffee. So this is a nice little plus. And then we are getting L-glutamine at 3,000 milligrams. So that ends the recovery matrix. And now we're going to move on into the blood flow matrix. Very interesting. You don't see that in a lot of sleep aids. I guess zombies also need to have a little bit of blood flow in their system to get the optimal rest and recovery. We have L-arginine at 1,000 milligrams and L-ornithine at 1,000 milligrams. Lastly, the relaxation matrix, the important part. Well, it's all important, but this here is the most important part of this entire label. And you are getting 1,000 milligrams of GABA, which in my opinion is the perfect sweet spot. We're going to talk about that in the effects section. Make sure you're not going anywhere because we're going to discuss it in depth. L-tryptophan, 1,000 milligrams. That also helps with relaxation. Valerian root extract, 300 milligrams, a proven ingredient. Mucuna pruriera is also known as L-dopa, 250 milligrams. So that's going to give you like a nice little floaty head high. Not the kind of floaty head high that comes with a high stim pre-workout, obviously, but it's going to give you like a nice little floaty buzz and ease you into a night full of relaxation and hopefully a good night's sleep. And lastly, you are getting 3 milligrams of melatonin, which is a solid dose. I usually take 5, but you know, when I take the 5, I don't have all these other ingredients. So you're combining 3 milligrams with everything else in here, and you are ready to go. Before High Stim Ace breaks down my experience running the all-new Zombie 3 times over the past week, don't forget to like the video, comment below, share the channel with a fellow stim junkie or somebody who desperately needs a good night's sleep, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Okay guys, so what can I say? The Zombie Sleep Aid is definitely one of my top 3 sleep aids of 2025. In 2024, I would have probably given this like the number 3 or 4 spot. I feel like there are certain sleep aids that are a little bit better, but it's kind of hard to compare because I have different sleep aids for different purposes, same as pre-workouts, right? If you guys ask me, what is your favorite pre-workout of that entire section behind you? I can give you my top 5, top 6, you know, generally speaking, but they're all like my babies, you know, each one of them serves a different purpose for a different day, whether I'm aggressive, whether I want to be euphoric, whether I want to be productive, pumped up, whatever, you know, they all have a different purpose. It's the same with sleep aids. So if it's Friday night and I want to kind of reset my adrenal system and I want to fall into a deep night's sleep and really be knocked out, I know I can get in like 8.5 hours of sleep, then I'm going to take something with phenibut in it, you know, preferably like an anesthetized from Blackstone Labs, maybe a Ninja Zen, you know, the old formula. So that is going to be my Friday night. Now, twice a week, I'm just going to take regular melatonin at 5 milligrams. It seems to work for me. I've been using it for years. It still gets the job done. But on like those 2-3 days a week where I really want to kind of feel really refreshed the next morning, and you know, if I'm especially struggling with falling asleep, which happens to me regularly, I'm always deep in thoughts and my mind is always racing. You know, High Stim Ace, you can't turn this off, guys. You can't turn this off. This runs 24/7. So a lot of times the melatonin doesn't help, and you know, I have no idea what to do with myself. So Zombie to me actually always hit very nicely. I'm talking about the old version, always hit me very nicely, would take you like 30-35 minutes to build up. And despite the label coming off as a minimalist label, it would always get the job done, and I always had good night's sleep on it. Now, the new version definitely hits a little bit stronger. And again, it's the same label as the previous label, but it's better source, different manufacturer. So despite the fact that the flavor is better, it's definitely a better flavor, but the effects are much more noticeable. You're going to take the scoop, you're going to mix it in, you're going to take the drink, and within 20 minutes, man, the eyelids start getting heavy. You start feeling a good sense of relaxation and well-being. I'm reading in bed, I'm relaxing, I'm comfortable, I'm feeling cozy, I'm feeling good, and this little wave of relaxation comes about me, and I feel good. I feel positive, I'm at ease. All the thoughts are kind of held at bay, and I'm really ready to transition over to that good restful night's sleep and, you know, just sleep through the night. A lot of times in general, I wake up to pee a lot. That's a whole other issue that I deal with, but that is neither here nor there. Even if I wake up at night to go use the restroom, I'll come back, and as soon as my head touches the pillow, I knock right back out. So this is a great product to last through the entire night. And most importantly, and I have to emphasize this because I don't hear any other reviewers talking about it, a lot of these hardcore sleep aids in this day and age, such as Crash from Vices and Vibes or the Sueño from Extremis Cartel. Two products which I really like, by the way, and two products that I actually have in the other room because I do use those products. But if you use those two products at the full dose, they have anywhere from 2 to 3 grams of GABA, which in my opinion is a crap ton. Also, the huge supplements, Sleep Aid, Hibernate had a lot of GABA in there, also like 2.5, 3 grams. And most of them, a lot of sleep aids today, because they don't put the phenibut in there, they're going to put the GABA at like 2, 3 grams, which in my opinion is completely unnecessary. For whatever reason, anytime I take more than 1.5 grams, that seems to be the cutoff point. 1.5 to 2 grams of GABA, if I take that amount, I start getting this tightness in my chest about 15, 20 minutes after taking the drink. I get a shortness of breath. I have to try to breathe heavy to catch my breath. There's this heat in my core that I can't seem to get rid of, and I just have to kind of ride it out for about 20 minutes until it goes away. And then the good relaxing effects come in. But I just don't like that feeling, especially if I'm taking a drink and I'm trying to fall asleep, and be out within 20 minutes. Why do I need to wait 20 minutes to have a mini anxiety attack and then wait another 20 to 30, maybe even 40 minutes for that anxiety panic attack to go away so then I can get a good night's sleep? I don't like it, So even with the Crash and the Sueño, I always run those at half a dose. I never run those at a full dose because then I would get the negative side effect. Maybe it's just a me problem. Let me know, guys, in the comments below if too much GABA gives you that side effect or not. For me, 1 gram is absolute perfection. 1.5 is the cutoff point. Anything above that is no good. So even sleep aids that have like 2 grams of GABA per 1 serving, I'll take it at half a serving. But this one here, I took it only at the full serving. I've never taken it at half a serving. It hits perfectly at the full serving. It kicks in about 20, 25 minutes. You're ready to go to sleep, but not like, it doesn't give you like this kind of dirty, drugged up feeling where it knocks you out and you just want to pass out and you're going to be drooling out your mouth. Nothing like that. It seamlessly and easily transitions you from being awake to being a zombie. Maybe that's not the best analogy, but you get what I'm saying, guys. You're going to be feeling good on this one. You're going to be rested, relaxed. It's a perfect balance, and I hope to God that Kilo Labs never changes this formula. If you guys want to pick up the new zombie sleep aid from Kilo Labs, then you can head over to thekilolabs.com and use discount code ACE, which will save you 15% off of your entire order. I used to think it was 10, but it's actually 15. Somebody pointed it out to me on the last video I did, the 6 pre-workout, which I reviewed from Kilo Labs. If you guys haven't seen that video, check it out. I'm going to link it in the comment that I'm going to pin below. But you can pick this one up at thekilolabs.com. Use discount code ACE, also available on nutricartel.com. And that's it. That is my review for Zombie, an absolute improvement over an already powerful formula that worked really, really well. I really like it. And once again, I'd like to thank Kilo Labs for sending this one my way for honest and unbiased review. Guys, I hope you have an incredible weekend up ahead. I hope you crush High Stim Saturday. And don't forget to subscribe right here on the channel. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody. High Stim Ace, signing off.